All right, so I think I am live. Now, one thing I want to talk about, guys, is Game of Thrones. So, the new episode, season 8, episode 4 of Game of Thrones is coming out tomorrow night. And because of that, I actually want to talk about what I think is going to happen going forward, given that there are only a few episodes left. So, if you have not seen season 8, episode 3, or any of the previous episodes, spoilers are incoming. You want to turn this chat off, either go watch the episode and come back, or just turn the chat off. So, what I want to talk about, let's briefly talk about what happened at the end of season 3. So, the Night King is dead. He was killed by the most unlikely person, which we all know. But there's also an issue. Daenerys Targaryen has lost all of her Dothraki fighters. She has lost one dragon, so she only has one remaining. She has lost most, if not all, of her Unsullied army. The North, Winterfell, as well as the other fighters, have suffered huge casualties. They've also lost almost all of their fighters, I believe. Even the wildlings have been mostly wiped out. So going forward, what does this mean? Well, who is the one person in the show that has been unscratched by this entire thing? That is Cersei Lannister. The Lannister armies, which currently serve Cersei Lannister, have suffered no casualties against the Night King simply because they were not there. The Golden Compass, the mercenary army that Cersei hired, is, I believe, 20,000 strong. And not only that, but Cersei also has the Greyjoy fleet. So Cersei Lannister is in a position where she might actually win this entire thing. I know, right? The most hated character in Game of Thrones since season 1. She might actually end up winning this entire thing. Because if you think about it, look, even Daenerys, who only has one dragon left, Drogon has done enough. Cersei has designed dragon killing machines, dragon killing weapons at her disposal. So if she had 2 or 3 dragons, maybe one of them would die, maybe 2 of them would die, but Daenerys might come out on top. If Daenerys only has one dragon, it is incredibly vulnerable. If she loses that dragon, she's screwed. But not only that, Daenerys lost all of her soldiers. She's lost some of her best advisors, some of her most trusted advisors. And on top of that, Jon Snow has told Daenerys that he is actually a Targaryen as well, that he is the rightful heir. So aside from losing another dragon, aside from losing most of her army, aside from losing some of her most trusted advisors, there may actually be infighting between Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow. Because if you think about it like this, look, imagine Daenerys Targaryen was already planning on marrying Jon Snow, right? Well, in that union, if Jon Snow was not a Targaryen, she would actually hold the reins of power because she would be the rightful heir. So Jon Snow would be a king in name only. The power would really belong to Daenerys. But if Daenerys marries Jon Snow and Jon Snow is a Targaryen, he would be the rightful heir. Essentially, that would be Daenerys giving up her claim to the throne, giving up her authority to Jon Snow, because not only would he be the rightful heir, but he would also be the king. So Daenerys and Jon Snow, there may actually be infighting between them. And if there is infighting between them, it means that they probably stand no chance against Cersei Lannister. So Cersei Lannister is in a position where she might end up winning this entire thing. And that is so Games of Thrones, if you think about it, right? That is definitely a real possibility. Because Game of Thrones from the very beginning has kind of had this theme, right? That it's not always a happy ending. So Cersei Lannister, the most hated character, might actually end up killing Jon Snow, killing Daenerys Targaryen, doing God knows what with Sansa, and winning this entire thing. Which would fit so well into the Game of Thrones storyline. Now, yes, I know Bran is still there, so Bran would be an amazing strategist because he kind of knows everything, right? Arya is there, she might assassinate Cersei. We don't exactly know what's going to happen. But as far as army power goes, Cersei Lannister definitely has a huge advantage right now. And I honestly think that there is a good chance she may win this. Because as we know, Game of Thrones is not one of those shows where we can be certain that the good guys are going to win in the end, right? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. If you think Daenerys is going to win this, let me know. If you think that Jon Snow is going to suddenly pull a rabbit out of the hat and somehow win this, let me know. I'm definitely curious to know what you guys think. But I'm honestly beginning to think that Cersei Lannister is gonna end up on top of this entire thing. She is gonna end up winning the Game of Thrones. She is gonna end up being the Queen of Westeros and wiping out all of her opponents. Now, in that scenario, it may actually be pave the way for a good sequel. I don't know, but the point is, Game of Thrones may actually end with Cersei Lannister winning. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree, comment. If you don't agree, comment and let me know why. Anyways, Randoms signing out. Have an awesome day, guys.